Hi, my name's Sean Holmes and I'm one of the directors of the film Love, Fate, Destiny, and I'm now going to go through the film, what we've made, and talk about all the different things which we have included and why we have chosen to include those things. So I'll start by playing the film and then I'll pause it and talk about different parts as we go along. So let's go. So firstly you can see that we have our ident, which is Jardin Productions, and Jardin means in French garden, which can kind of show that the development of our ideas as they grow from something small to a full finished product. So that is our ident. We created this in the style of Spyglass Pictures, which is another production company. So we use conventions from theirs, as we have the picture in the middle with the font above and below it. The picture is one which I took myself and edited, just as I felt that it fitted quite well with our production now. So, yep, let's carry on. So the titles which we have used over the film, we've opted for this quite fancy font because as it is a romance, I thought that a font with more flicks and things like that would look more interesting and it would fit more in with the genre which we're going for. Also, you may have noticed that the birds from the ident have carried on into the film, so they have gone from being non-diegetic to diegetic, as they are now part of the film and the actors and stuff can actually hear them, and so can the audience, whereas during the ident it's non-diegetic, as it's just the audience that can hear and see them. So I'll just turn this down so I can talk about the lighting. As you can see, we have quite bright lighting during the opening sequence, just to give quite a happy and positive feel. Also, with this shot, which I'm about to show you, we decided that the bright light, natural bright light, which came from opening the curtains, that it would look good and effective if we used it to then create a transition, which would be a white fade, into the next shot, and then the music starts straight away. As you can hear, the music is quite high and positive. It's just there while there is no words or acting. She's just getting ready for the day, so we thought the music could also make it relatable, as a lot of people listen to music when they're getting ready in the morning anyway. So it just adds to the relatability of the film as well. So we've also at this point had two costumes. We had her pyjamas, which she wore as she was getting out of bed, where we opted for some shorts, which are her pyjama shorts, and a vest top. So they are your typical pyjamas and following the conventions of that. And then for the second costume, we've opted for formal wear, and as if you listen to the voiceover, it shows that she's going for an interview. So it's quite an important day, and that is why she's wearing formal wear. Also, we chose the voiceover as it helped the audience understand what was actually going on, because without the voiceover, they wouldn't know that this was an interview. They'd just see that she's getting ready to go out somewhere, but they wouldn't be quite sure what she's up to or where she's going. So the voiceover just helps to increase the understanding of the characters, and it kind of gives a nice narrative from the actor's perspective. And the music also fades in a second with the transition into the kitchen, which is our next location. So our first location was obviously the bedroom, and we are now moving on to the kitchen, which is all in the same house. So there we just had a few fast-paced edits, as this part of the film where she's making a breakfast isn't really majorly important, but it just shows the process of her getting ready. So by doing this quick pace shots, you know that she's making toast, you know that she's making a drink, you know that she's turning the radio on. It's one after the other, nice and quick. So it doesn't waste too much time when it could be dialogue, which really moves the plot forward. So yep, let's carry on, and now there's going to be more music to play over while she's just pouring a drink and stuff. So that is the first bit of dialogue which you hear in the film, which isn't a voiceover. The lines have been dubbed over the top, so it was more clear, and the lines were kind of muffled and unclear in the original shots. So we thought we'd dub all the lines just to make it much more clearer and try and match it up with the actor's mouth. We're also about to start a rewind, which kind of changes the continuity slightly, as it's been moving at quite a nice pace going through the sequence of the day. So the rewind kind of spins it on its head, really, as it's showing her doubting what herself and questioning what else could have happened during that day. So I'll now play the rewind for you, which is just after this. And this is just her leaving the house and quickly throwing on her coat and bag, just as she's about to enter the taxi. So here is the rewind. It is quite fast, as yeah, it's a rewind basically, and then it goes straight in to the start of the next timeline, and it goes straight to the actor doing her hair again. These props could be quite important, which were the necklace and the lipstick, as the necklace could show and the lipstick could show vanity, show wealth, and the red lipstick could show lust also. As you can see, the sequence is quite repetitive in the way that she does the same things but in a slightly different way. Like, she's still pouring the orange juice and she still made the toast, but in this sequence, as you can see, the toast has been burnt and she hasn't taken the toaster yet, and she's also spilt a drink, which then leads us on to the smashing of the glass. So this smashing of the glass is very crucial to the plot point, as this is the reason why she is late in the second part, because it makes it very noticeable to the viewer that she smashed the glass, so she has to clean it up, which means she won't be able to catch the taxi and she'll have to catch the train instead. But also, there is quite a not so noticeable thing that stops her, which would be when she's doing her hair properly and putting lipstick and necklace. So she doesn't do that in the other sequence. So she's taking more time on her appearance, which could also be a reason as to why she would be late. And this then takes us to our next location, which is the train station. We've got some more of the birds, as we thought it could be like a recurring thing within the film as she's outside, and there's lots of greenery around her. So the new location is just an outdoor train station, which is local to the first location, and it's just a platform, and you can see all the railway and stuff. if you look, there are quite a few different compositions throughout this, where there's both of them in the shot, and you have the one which is over the shoulder of Faith, and then it goes on to the reaction shot, and then she walks over, and it turns like a two-man shot where they're facing one another. And then there's more over the shoulder the shots as they're talking to one another, and then it goes back to them facing each other. So then some new music is playing as they're leaving, as it shows that they're together, happy, and they're about to go out somewhere nice. So here we have quite a nice composition where you have our main character Sophie. As she is leaving the office, you see our other character, who's Brad, walking through the back door. So he's in the foreground of the shot while she is at the front, and as she is coming off shot, he is coming into shot, and he sort of takes the focus away from Sophie. So this is quite a successful shot, as you want the audience to notice that he's there, but you also want the audience to know that she hasn't recognised that he's there, she hasn't turned around or reacted. The pen is similar to the glass, as she has dropped the pen, which has resulted in him picking it up, as you can see there, and then him calling to her so she can retrieve a pen. So it actually enables them to meet one another, so it's crucial to the meeting point. You've then got some more compositional shots of over the shoulders and with them two while they're doing the dialogue. So now this is the final piece of music, and we've opted for an acoustic piece as we felt it's quite uplifting and resolutionary, if that's a word. It kind of feels like they've finally got together and you know that there's going to be a happy ending. Therefore, a nice acoustic, uplifting song would help demonstrate that. Also, we've then got a list of photographs, if I turn it down, which kind of show them their life progressing basically. So the first shot is of them having a drink, then it goes on to them moving into a house, decorating, arguing as couples do. Then they see them have the first child and taking them out the car, and then you've got like wedding photos like after the wedding of them in the wedding dress and the suit, and then obviously we end with the credits of with the actors and also all of the production team which are involved. And yep, that would be the end of the film and the end of this screencast.